Today is International Women's Day, and the students here at Berner Trail Public School patiently await for 3 successful women to share the stories and the journeys of how they've become successful. The 3 panelists hope to inspire and encourage others to do the same. International Women's Day, brought to you by the Equity Committee of Berner Trail Public School.
Hi, I'm Dennis Barham. I'm currently at Berner Trail Public School located in Malvern, Scarborough. Today is the United Nations International Women's Day, where we have 3 individuals that are well respected in their community in their careers. Nicole Martin of CBC Radio, Natasha Ramsahai of City News, and Charlena Claxton, a criminal lawyer. And they're here today to speak to the students specifically in regards to their journey to their careers, the hurdles they had to overcome, and the passion that drove them to take that specific career. I'm here with Mr. Lamora. He has a split class, grade 4, grade 5. And my first question, he is part of the Equity Committee. He was the original founder of 3, Miss Williams and Miss Young. And your contributions have been amazing.
Thank you.
It's new to the school. You've opened a lot of eyes. You've educated the students. You're asking some base questions in regards to equality. How is it for you, and how do you feel being a part of the Equity team?
Actually, I'm really happy, really proud to be part of the Equity team. I can see inequities. I mean, we can see it every day in the everyday world. So I think it's really important to educate the kids and educate myself, educate the other teachers about what's going on, or at least start the conversation so people can see. I know we all look at things through a different lens. So as a Caucasian male, the way I've experienced the world I know is very different than the way other people have experienced the world, and I really enjoy talking to people from different cultures, religions, backgrounds. Like you and I have talked numerous times about our life experiences. So being on the Equity Committee, I hope I can bring what little knowledge I have and share it with my coworkers and the kids in my class, and again, learn from them, because you hear stories from them all the time. Remember last year Sage telling us about the police coming into his uncle's party? I've been to a lot of parties. That's never happened with any of my friends' parties. Maybe kicked out, but not going through searching people.
So I understand where you're coming from. I really appreciate your lens and changing it to accommodate the kids in the class and culturally throughout the school. So what do you hope the kids will take away from this discussion in regards to the lady panelists coming in today?
Well, we just had a discussion in the class here, but I really want the children to understand that we're all equal. Doesn't matter about gender, doesn't matter about race or color or anything like that. And historically, the same opportunities have not been there. And I want them to feel empowered and recognize that they can do whatever it is they want to do, and they can't ever be told because you're a girl or a woman, you're not able to have this job or whatever, obtain whatever goal it is. And to know what their rights are as women and as girls because of all the horrible things that have happened and continue to happen.
There you have it. Not only is he a 4-5 split teacher, he's also my friend. So I'm here with Charlena Claxton. She's one of our speakers today at Berner Trail Public School on Women's International Day. And my first question to you would be, generally people would think being a lawyer is a lot of time, a lot of frustration. How could anybody passionately be wanting a career to be a lawyer? And it's just a lot of work. So what about being a lawyer intrigued you to go through all the hurdles, the time, the effort needed to get to your goal?
You know, I think anytime you choose a career, you have to be passionate about. So everyone that looks at us and they say, "Oh my goodness, you went through school, you did all this work, you studied hard, you worked hard." For us, those that are passionate about it, it's not work. You enjoy it. You wake up, you look forward to it. You have your rough days, but overall, you telling me I work so hard, it's funny to hear, because sometimes I go to work and I just have the best time of my life.
I saw her face. She's like, what? Me? No, this is fun. Okay, so my next question is the hurdles that came with it. How did you persevere over that? How were you like, no, I have to do my passion, follow my dreams, and just go on with it?
You know what? It takes such a large community. So I can't even take credit for overcoming whatever hurdles I've gone through. I remember there was many times throughout my career, elementary school, high school, college, university, law school, where I thought that that's it, I'm going to stop. And one time in particular, I was in my second year of law school, and I called my father. I was in school in Halifax, and I said, well, that's it, I'm finished. And I was completely serious. I had almost packed up all my bags, and I didn't want to go back. And I think it was his words of encouragement and his words of you're almost there. You didn't come this far. You've wanted to be a lawyer almost all of your life to leave. And so it's individuals like that. It's the community. It's the scholarships that we get from our churches. And it's the principals. It's the teachers. It's your mom, especially on International Women's Day. It's the women that have influenced me that have really got me through the difficult and tough times.
And in speaking with you right now, that only reassures me you're the best candidate to be speaking to the Berner Trail students. That's exactly what they need to hear. Dennis Barham here with Nicole Martin and Women's International Day at Berner Trail Public School. And she was asked several months ago to participate in the panelists to speak to the students, and it was an immediate yes. And my first question is, why was it an immediate yes with so much enthusiasm?
You know what, anytime that I get the opportunity to make an impact on the younger generation and really show them and teach them and talk to them about their worth and really instill confidence in them and let them know that they can do anything, because I am a living, breathing testament of that. I want to pass that on anytime that I can. Anytime that I get the opportunity to talk to the kids are the only ones that matter. You kids, you guys are the ones who matter, and you guys got to know you can do anything. Just dream big, go get it. Don't stop. Don't let anyone stand in your way. So the answer was yes, without a doubt. I'll come talk every day if you guys need me to, every day.
And so what do you hope the kids will get from this, from the experience discussing your past, your journey to your success?
More than anything, I hope that they will take away from this that the things that make you different, so for me personally, being a woman, being a minority, having a shaved head, tattoos, the things that make me different are the things that make me unique, and those really are my strengths. And not to ever look at those things as things to hold you back, but things that actually help you progress in life. That's what I want them to take away.
Lesson learned. Bye-bye. So I'm here with Natasha Ramsahai of City News, and you too are one of the individuals in the panelists to come to speak to Berner Trail students, and you too also said it was an immediate yes. And I waited a few days, and it didn't come in a few days, and I thought it was going to be a no, and it was an immediate yes. And that's the truth. With a lot of enthusiasm behind it, and you continually were yes, excited about it, and where did that excitement come from?
Okay, well, first of all, let me say I didn't answer because I don't check my messenger. It was Facebook Messenger.
That's what I was told. Yes, that's what I was told.
If
yes.
you had texted me, you would have got an answer
yes,
right away.
Yes,
That's number one.
That's what I was told.
Okay. And yes, of course it is. So just like Nicole, when you get a chance to infiltrate these little kids' minds, they are big sponges, and I think people underestimate the value and the impact that for us, we think it's okay, a couple of hours we come, we talk about what we do, but for them, it could be life-changing. It could be inspiring for them. It could change the direction of their lives. So, you know, I've been giving talks on meteorology and weather in the past, but to talk about career and some of the barriers that we faced as women is just that other sort of another layer of icing on top that can just help to mold them and hopefully inspire them.
And what do you hope to get for the students to take away from your discussion today?
You know, I think, I don't know how guidance counselors are now in school, but I know for me back in the day, I was never directed to meteorology. And so that's what I want to tell them is there's not one path. My path took many different turns to end up where I got to. Never in grade 3, 4, 5 did I think I was going to be a meteorologist on television, right? So I just want them to understand that everyone is on a different path. And that path is going to lead you to where you're supposed to be. And every time you hit that roadblock, you just take a turn and keep going. And that's what I'm hoping that they take away.
Well, I'm glad that you're here. I was wrong. You were right. I'm glad you're here. No kidding. Peace. I'm here with Miss Williams at Berner Trail Public School. She does reading recovery and ESL. But the most important position to me is she's part of the equity committee. She's 1/3 of the equity committee, the first equity committee we had at Berner Trail. And my question is to you is, why was it important for you not only to set up the equity committee, but to be a part of it?
Okay, well, for me, it's all about having kids being happy and comfortable at school. So I feel that when all students feel included and valued and just like they're involved in an inclusive community at school, they will perform better and in turn experience greater success.
And so part of the panelists that came in for Women's International Day, they discussed with the kids their journey. And what do you hope the kids will take away from their discussion today?
Well, I know that they were motivated and inspired just by the buzz in the air afterwards. Like, that was amazing. And I hope that they will just realize that even if there's obstacles, even if there's challenges along the way, that with perseverance and focus, you really can accomplish whatever dreams and goals you have in your mind for yourself.
Well said, Miss Williams.
Thank you.
And not only is she a staff member here, again, she's also my friend.
High five.
High five. Yeah! Now, this is Mrs. Young, 5'6" split. First year at the school. Being the first teacher in the school to create an equity committee. This is all on her. Everything you're going to see on video, everything that has been organized, this is all on her. If she had not been here, this wouldn't have been organized. So my first big question, personal question, is why would you start an equity committee being the first year new staff and just taking such a big risk?
Equity has always been a part of what's important to me as an educator. In my previous role, I was very lucky that the work that I did was grounded in social justice and equity. And to know that it wasn't here yet was an opportunity for me to kind of let everyone know in a way what's important to me. And the great thing is that people really embraced it with open arms. We have our small equity committee, Mr. Lamore. We also have Miss Williams. And just being able to kind of connect with people who are like-minded, to want to do things that are going to benefit all students is just a part of what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to do that.
Now, this was specifically geared for the students, but I'm readily assuming that the whole community of Berner Trail, Malvern, and extended community is going to benefit from this.
Absolutely.
How do you think the whole community will benefit from such an event that you've organized yourself?
No. So I'm really big on representation. It matters for kids to see themselves represented and to have these amazing women speak to our students. They've gone home and they've talked about it. Their parents have researched the people who are coming if they didn't know them already. And they're so proud of their children being able to be around people who are positive role models. And it's going to have a ripple effect. We will probably never see the impact it will have on the kids, but to know this hour is going to make a difference is just, and not just for the kids. Again, like you said, the community is going to always have this to be able to be proud of. I know as a person who's lived in Scarborough, I'm a Scarborough girl myself, North Van Lawrence. It's something where, it does kind of feel, full circle. I know that's been said, but when you can give back to your community, it just makes you feel fulfilled. It makes you feel like you're doing your role as a citizen.
Mm-hmm. Cliche, but very, very, very true. Try to be responsible within your own community and give back. Lesson learned. So thanks again, Ms. Young.
Thank you.
Dennis Barr, I'm here with Miss Morden from Berner Trail Public School, the principal of. And how important was it for the panelists to be here at Berner Trail Public School discussing their journey?
I think it was extremely important that they be here for our students to have a chance to see people that they may be aware of, that they respect, to see them in very responsible jobs, and just hear about the journey that they had to get there. I loved that the panel talked about successes they'd had along the way, roadblocks and detours that they took, and just follow your own dreams, not the dreams of someone else. Pick yourself up when there seems to be an obstacle in front of you, and that each one is an individual. Your differences are what make all of us special, and to build on those. So just a fantastic opportunity to have the panel here today.
And what are your hopes of the kids taking away pieces of what they've heard today and applying it to their life? What are your hopes in terms of that? I
really hope our children are just in the junior grade, so they have a lot of life ahead of them, and I hope that they take the messages from today and think about it and really choose their course for their own life and take advantage of any opportunities that come their way.
Well answered, Ms. Martin. Of Berner Trail Public School, the principal. Thank you.
I've been forecasting for a year and a half. I knew, all that stuff. That didn't matter to them. All that was down on paper, but they looked at me and they said, doesn't even look like you can do weather. You actually look like you should be down the street at Much Music. And I said to myself, what does that mean? What are they telling me? And I said, yeah, but I can forecast. Like, this is the job. This is what I'm here to do. And they said I looked too hip, like too music. So they didn't hire me. I went back. I was doing my thing at the Weather Network, still working my 2 jobs at the hospital and the walk-in clinic. Even then, I had short hair, just like I do now. And one of the doctors said, oh, hey, you went for that interview at City TV. Oh, yeah, you probably didn't get it, right? And I said, I actually didn't get it. And I said, well, why would you say that to me? Why would you think that I didn't get the job at City? And he said, well, your hair is too short. You can't possibly, like, all women have to have long hair on television. Look, turn on the TV and look. And I turned on the TV and he was right. They all had long hair. And I started growing it. I did start growing it. And I did get a television job after I grew my hair. Not because I grew my hair, for other reasons, and you had more experience. And what that taught me now, obviously, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your skills and your strengths are going to get you to where you need to be. It's just that wasn't my time to be at City 15 years ago. It is my time to be there now. Your path is going to happen when the right time is going to happen for you. But again, when you hit those hurdles and those obstacles, just keep going. Don't listen to those people. You don't have to be a Kardashian. Trust me on that one. You are you, and you are beautiful inside and out. And again, you keep that passion. If what you're doing doesn't make you happy and you don't have that passion and you're not happy every day going to work, I love going to work. I didn't used to love it. I love it. And if you don't love it, change paths, man. And again, you'll